some metahumans spend more time tripping over each other's capes than saving the world. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down the top 10 superhero spoof teams. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at parodies of specific superhero teams or of the whole idea of a superhero team. We're defining a team as more than two people, so sorry, no duos allowed. Number 10, Captain Carrot and his amazing zoo crew. Funny animal parodies of superheroes are not uncommon, but they aren't usually considered as a canonical part of a major publisher's universe. However, Captain Carrot and his pals were part of the crazy pre-crisis DC world. Living on Earth C, they got their powers when the Superman of Earth 1 accidentally sent a mysterious meteorite their way. Mild-mannered comic book creator Rodney Rabbit became the Superman-like Captain Carrot. His crew included the feline alley cat Abra, porcine powerhouse pig Iron, super-speeding turtle Fastback, and others. The Captain's satirical humor was gentle and fond, but found its marks, and the crew even made it into DC's company-wide crossover, Countdown to Final Crisis, in their own unique way. Number 9, Team Impossible. Oh God! Oh God! It burns! Team Impossible comes to us courtesy of the Venture Brothers, a spoof of Johnny Quest, but the Impossibles are clearly inspired by a certain pioneering Marvel Comics foursome. There's a brilliant scientist who's also super stretchy, plus his wife, who has to keep things together to keep from turning her skin invisible. Throw in her brother, who goes all flamey at the merest hint of oxygen, and Ned, who's basically a giant callus, and you have a fantastic parody gang. The Impossibles take the family dynamic in new and hysterical directions you definitely won't find in the pages of Fantastic Four.
You can't replace family with a robot, Richard. We need real human affection.
That's why Huggy's programmed to simulate it, sweetness.
Number 8, the Justice Ducks.
You can be a superhero team, the Justice Ducks. But we're not ducks. I used to be.
The lead character of the much-admired Darkwing Duck TV series was a takeoff on the Dark Knight, among other characters. But just as Batman finds it necessary to team up with his super peers, so does Darkwing when his foes join together as the Fearsome Five. Darkwing is aided by a kinda sorta Iron Man, like Gizmo Duck, a Scarlet Witchy Morgana Macabre, the simple-minded Stegmutt, and the aquatic defender Neptunia. Darkwing's ego allows ample room for spoofing by itself, but the quirks and attitudes of his colleagues chide the often contrived super team conflicts that have become tropes themselves.
A job well done, Justice Ducks.
Oh, I'm not a duck. I used to be.
Number 7, International Justice League of Super Acquaintances.
The Quickster, with the uncanny ability to run really quick.
Want to see me run to that mountain and back? You want to see me do it again?
Alright, even the name is enough to cause giggles among longtime fans of DC's premier superhero group. But the good folks at SpongeBob SquarePants didn't stop at the name. Instead, they let the silliness run rampant by putting SpongeBob and Friends into the superhero business with predictably disastrous results. The IJLSA, featuring a lineup of Avengers/Justice League types, was itself vastly amusing. But they became even more so when Mermaid Man had to recruit SpongeBob and Friends to fill in for the original team.
The International Justice League of Super Acquaintances, a subsidiary of Viacom.
Number 6, the Ripping Friends.
It's ripping time!
That's the spirit.
Let's rip them apart!
Let's face it, even with the occasional Wonder Woman or Scarlet Witch, most super teams have traditionally been boys' clubs. But, subtitling themselves the world's most manly men, the Ripping Friends gleefully acknowledge that lots of testosterone is a prerequisite for their gang. 4 massively muscled brothers, with the manly names of Rip, Slab, Crab, and Chunk, have massive muscles, take on such crises as a living wad of gum, a severe shortage of beef, and underwear with a mind of its own. The Ripping Friends' humor was over the top and outlandish, but then so is the concept of a superhero team.
Oh, a comic book writer, eh? That's even worse. What's your name?
Charlie, sir.
Number 5, Section 8. In military parlance, the phrase Section 8 used to refer to someone who was not mentally capable of serving. Yeah, that sounds like this group of, for the lack of a better word, heroes. Led by the overweight drunk named Sixpack, the team includes a guy who welds dogs to things, a pervert who keeps saying bueno, and a Frenchman who wields a mean baguette. There's more, but you get the idea. The psychotic group is one of the most twisted team parodies, and all the more spot on for that. Hell, Sixpack even manages to save the world. Not before almost all his teammates die, but hey, you take the good with the bad. Number 4, Coon and Friends.
Something big is about to happen, and it is up to Coon and Friends to stop it. Yes, Toolshed. Why do we have to be called Coon and Friends? What?
Of course, the feverish brains of Trey Parker and Matt Stone couldn't resist a target like a superhero team. It started out with Cartman, of all people, becoming a costumed do-gooder, or vigilante at least. Soon, all of the gang was involved, although their superpowers are, shall we say, limited. I mean, a suit made out of Tupperware, fighting crime by tattling to parents. In typical South Park fashion, the stories don't focus only on superheroes, but take in Lovecraft, Stanley Kubrick, and even bake sales. Because why not? After viewing Coon and Friends, you'll wonder why you ever took guys in tights and capes seriously.
Fast Pass, what makes you feel qualified to be part of our cinematic universe?
Well, besides being super fast, I also have a good attitude and flexibility with my schedule on weekends. Fast Pass, welcome to Coon and Friends.
Number 3, Justice Friends.
The Justice Friends, 3 of Earth's mightiest heroes, joining forces under one roof to face the challenge of everyday life.
What do superheroes do when they're not superheroing? The answer, according to Justice Friends, get on each other's nerves. At least if they make the mistake of being super roommates. As a backup segment of Dexter's Laboratory, the Justice Friends popped up regularly to poke fun at Captain America, Thor, and the Hulk, as well as numerous other friends that dropped by. But the fun was most often focused on super dudes dealing with everyday obstacles like cleaning the apartment or chasing a bee. Defeating supervillains is one thing, but everyday chores? Now that's tough.
Room messy, crunk clean.
Did you hear something, dear?
Number 2, Mystery Men.
Not today, my vermilion-eyed valet. Lost.
Seriously, was anything much weirder than Bob Burden's bizarre and fascinating flaming carrot? Well, actually, yes, such as the idea that he and his pals would form a team of working-class superheroes. This mediocre team included practically anyone that could come up with a costume. If you carry a shovel, you're the shoveler. Your carrot-shaped head is on fire, you're the flaming carrot. You know, kinda no frills. Operating in a surreal world with a logic all its own, the Mystery Men were a strange but strangely lovable group of misfits.
Dig, man! Yeah, dig, man!
That's your name. Kill you later, super losers.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Guys, I figured it out.
Congrats, you did it!
It was a bit. All of the descriptors apply to all of you. Drunk Rick's point is that none of you are very special or different. That's always his point.
Number 1, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Heroes in a half shell! Turtle power!
Kids of all ages may take these dudes semi-seriously now, but when they started out, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were, in essence, a spoof. They were brought together to mock 4 popular trends of the time in comic books, and it's all there in their name. But they were primarily a parody of Daredevil. Both the Turtles and Matt Murdock gained their powers from a crashed truck carrying radioactive ooze, have mentors named after wooden objects, and face off against evil ninja organizations named after extremities. Sure, they've become so iconic through the years that it's hard to remember their parody beginnings, but they're there.
It's a Kodak moment.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.